Greetings, I'm Richard Turner, Executive Director of the Community Media Center of Carroll County, Maryland. Have you ever wondered, why do we always see the same faces or personalities on TV? Where are the other stories that must exist in our local communities? This is why the Jewell Ryan White Award for Cultural Diversity in Community Media is important to me. It is a national recognition by the Alliance for Community Media, created to pay tribute to one of its early leaders in the 1980s. Jewell Ryan White used her voice and claimed her power to ensure the organization and the community media movement lived up to its creed, lived up to its potential of localizing and diversifying media. The Jewell Ryan White Award for Cultural Diversity is given annually to those persons who show an outstanding contribution to a process that encourages, facilitates, or creates culturally diverse and/or non-mainstream community involvement in the field of community media. Going on 3 decades, individuals including Curtis Henderson, Margie Johnson Reese, Fernando Moreno, Graciela Rivera Oven, Kim Lawson, and Katmiel Garcia, to name just a few, were recognized for their tireless efforts, working in communities, building trust, seeking out the voices of those whose stories are rarely told, and more importantly, worked to ensure the authenticity of their voice, presenting their stories in their own words, unfiltered on the community media platform. This year's recipient follows in that legacy, knowing by both keen observation and direct experience that there is more to learn about her community, that there are stories, when shared, that will enrich our understanding of our neighbors, ourselves, and allow us to cross bridges of the unknown that divide our social existence. She has experienced that media gives power to the messenger, and that we must hear from all sectors in our community, not just from those who know how to command or control media's attention. This year's recipient is Jean Lewis. Jean has served on numerous local boards, including as president of the Carroll County chapter of the NAACP. She served as producer on a number of notable projects, creating videos that were cablecast on the Community Media Center of Carroll County's public access and community channels. Now, here is some of what her colleagues praised in nominating her. Quote, Jean worked tirelessly to highlight the achievements of African Americans in Carroll County, past and present. She created important partnerships throughout the county to educate and engage people in recognizing the challenges faced and accomplishments of the African American community. Jean has been a tireless worker for social justice in the county. She has steered the Community Media Center towards several projects which reflect this important goal. These include the Carroll History Project, which was instrumental in creating and sharing perspectives from the African American community and documenting their history. Ms. Lewis has been an outstanding advocate for racial justice over many years in Carroll County, Maryland. She has been an inspiration for all in Westminster and Carroll County. Her tireless work within the community has benefited both the current residents of Carroll County and generations to come. Her talent and commitment have created a legacy, giving voice to the story of the African American experience in Carroll County, and I can think of no one more deserving candidate for this award. Jean has made her mark as a community leader, but in so doing, she has also created a legacy of local programming which documents, explores, and celebrates the struggles and achievements of the diverse peoples of a rural community. It is with great pleasure that I introduce the 2021 recipient of the Alliance for Community Media Jewell Ryan White Award for Cultural Diversity, Ms. Jean Lewis.
Thank you, Richard. And thank you to the Alliance of Community Media for this great honor. I have always loved history, and especially the role that we, Black people, have played throughout the American history. As a child, I listened to my grandmother, Lucy Brown, tell her history. Oh, how I wished I had paid more attention to her stories. Recalling her stories is what inspired me to continue to learn about and preserve our history. One day, the mother of a City of Westminster council member came to an NAACP meeting to share her experience at the 1963 March on Washington. Listening to her experience was so powerful that I thought to myself, this has to be filmed. While serving as the president of the Carroll County NAACP, I was discussing the idea of filming members of our Black community while telling their life stories with Marion Ware, the former executive director of Carroll County Media Center. From there, the idea took off, and I got to work looking for others that had attended the march in 1963. I found 6 others: Miss Dot Whitson, Matthew Rubin, Sally Green, Alfred Whitaker, Reverend Douglas Sands, and John Lewis Jr. to be filmed to share their stories with Dr. Patricia Dorsey, the interviewer, thus creating the Oral History Project, Carroll County through the eyes of the Black experience. When I saw my name listed as producer, I cried. This project led to a history symposium with Carroll County Public Library, the Historical Society of Carroll County, the Carroll County Genealogy Society, and others. I also visited various African American churches in the county, speaking of the Oral History Project. To date, we have collected over 50 histories for this project. In 2014, I started thinking about the next project. My husband said, let's collect stories from Black people that are the first in the county. And that blossomed into 5 episodes entitled Carroll County African American Trailblazers, with episodes consisting of pioneers in education, pioneers in their career field, community advocates, pioneers in sports, etc. In 2016, a bill was passed to demolish the buildings that were formerly the Henryton State Sanitarium, where Black citizens with tuberculosis in 1923 were treated, as well as the building for Henryton School for Practical Nursing, where Black nurses were educated. As a way to preserve that history, we were able to get the Maryland Historical Trust and the Maryland State Highway Administration to place road markers, for which we held a dedication ceremony May 14th, 2016. In 2014 and 2016 at the semi-annual Volley Awards, I received special presentation as the CMC's Board Member of the Year. Working on each of these projects has been my heart. The contributions of these projects are a love letter to family, friends, and the community at large, and I hope that they will serve as a reminder of the importance of regarding our role in history for the current and future generations to come.